Or I got to start doing 100 push-ups a day.
There you go.
There you go.
Gerry will get you tuned right up. Again, you turn around and you're like, I can't get this time back. I would have watched Infinity War again.
And I wonder, because nobody likes to mess with time travel because it can be kind of hokey.
Well, what happens is you get multiple Spocks.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're still coming.
I knew you were going to go there, man. I'm thinking this motherfucker's going to bring Spock
You
up.
had to bring it up.
He'll look at things.
That's
Yeah.
with tarts.
Yeah.
Dude, you remember the big ones? Like when they were kids, they sold them in two packs. Yeah, they looked like a urinal cake.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Stick around, 'cause I am coming back. And I know someday I'm gonna make it big.
Talk about shit we talk about anyway. Just sit here.
Seriously.
That's the plan. That's the dream. But anyway, all right, let's get to the show. He basically says, Han wouldn't neatly hang up a cape. He would just toss it on the fucking ground.
Yeah, Han would. Yeah.
Yeah. So they did a recut and then retake, and that's what he wound up
Because Han, he let the ship go to shit.
What a pile of junk. All right. So, yeah, I was just looking up some facts.
I've been meaning to like really check fun facts.
Yeah.
I just never. I was busy this weekend, baptism and all, but
yeah.
I always try to make an emphasis sometimes to look up, but I never can find anything like the golden nuggets that like you and Jamie find.
Yeah.
I'm like, where the fuck do you guys find these
That's
things?
because you're busy at work.
Yeah. Oh, I'm busy. Yeah. Sitting in my fucking car. Thanks, Pepsi.
All right. You guys ready?
I'm ready to rock. Let's go.
Yeah, let's do it.
Well, wait. We got to announce a 5-timer this week.
Absolutely.
Yeah. We got to announce that.
1, 2. Hello and welcome to this week's episode of the Nick, John, and Jamie Show. I'm John.
I'm Nick.
And we do not have Jamie here. Jamie's little boy, unfortunately, was sick last night at the hospital, and he's all good. He's fine. He's got some tummy troubles, but it made for a very long and very tiring day for Jamie. So,
although it would have been nice to have him on because it sounds like he got a lot of work done for our show.
What do you mean?
Well, he sent you text after text about all these articles he read.
Well, that's how I knew it. Well, you and I deduced that his little boy was doing fine.
Yeah.
It was 7 o'clock in the morning. He's texting me back and forth talking about the Captain Marvel reviews.
he had like 15 of them. He's like, yeah, John, they were talking about this. John, yeah. And you're like, Jamie, you're working at that point, but you're never alive.
So Jamie is not here, but our friendly neighborhood local law enforcement firefighting superhero is for not 3 times, not 4 times, 5th time.
Yeah, the golden jacket's coming, buddy.
The golden jacket is coming.
Is that 5 in Spanish? Cinque? I don't know.
Cinco. What the hell is it with
I think it's Italian. There you go.
Welcome back to the show, Gerry.
Thank you.
Very good. It's always a pleasure having you on the show.
You're like the Nick, John, and Gerry, Nick, John, and Jamie / Gerry show.
Don't say Nick, John, and Jerry. Jamie's not here. He'll get all scared.
I know. Jamie's like, what are you doing, man? I'll leave for 1 week.
So I'll have to go on like a Cafe Press or something like that. Get
a gold jacket.
Get the gold jacket going.
Yeah. Once we get the videos on, you'll be.
Yeah, see, we're got lights and stuff.
It's coming, and definitely we'll have you on for one of them. Because you're our main guest.
Maybe that'll be like the inaugural.
That's a good idea.
We'll have a couple of people.
Yeah.
But it'll be a good time if I ever get my act together and get.
If we all get our act together, I mean, we can't always rely on you, my friend.
Well, I appreciate that. We'll get it for sure. So let's start off with the box office. Weekend box office. I'm going to say it's week 2, even though we're well into 2019. The reason I'm saying it's week 2 is because it's week 2 for Captain Marvel. Captain Marvel led the box office, obviously.
Again, yeah.
It's $69 million for this weekend.
That's a how much drop off? 80?
It's a 54% drop off.
I thought it would have been more than that because it did
54%.
It did 160 million last week.
domestic, it did 165 million, and then it did 60 million, almost 70 million. It's 54%.
Oh, I thought it did 150 million.
It did, 154 million last week?
Yeah, but worldwide it did more than that.
Yeah, so they're just counting domestic.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So domestically, it dropped off 54%. And I looked at it compared to the other films, same.
It's on par. Yeah,
Yeah.
I saw something about it's on par with Black Panther as of the percentages.
Yeah. But didn't you tell me, you said something about it's doing better than Wonder Woman?
It already did better than Wonder Woman
Did
for
it?
the first 2 weeks.
I liked Wonder Woman better.
So did I. But
And it's not to shit. Again, it's not to shit on the movie. I know we did a review last week, Gerry, of Captain Marvel.
Yeah.
And it does. I listened to it. I always check it for errors and stuff like that. And I listened to it, and it sounds like we're shitting all over the movie, but
yeah.
we really enjoyed the movie.
we did. It's just we just hold. It's not like a DC movie where we don't hold it in such high regard. This is the MCU, man, and we hold this. I mean, they haven't made a bad movies since Iron Man 3. We talked about that the other night.
Yeah.
And that's been what?
21 movies.
That's been like 4 years.
Yeah.
It's not even Iron Man 3 is not technically a bad movie, but it's not what we hold to the standard of what we're used to with the MCU.
Dude, any of the Fantastic Fours.
Yeah, they're all
compared to
crap.
Iron Man 3, and you're like, yeah, they're bad movies.
Yeah, they're bad movies, right? I mean, that last one is like, I'd
Piece
be
of
ashamed
shit.
to be in that fucking movie.
Well, and
Michael B. Jordan's lucky he had Creed and other things going on. Else that motherfucker be nowhere. Because where's the other actors in that fucking movie?
Well, you know what he wound up doing? He wound up making his,
He jumped into the MCU.
Yeah, he jumped into Black Panther, Killmonger, and it's funny. It's got to be just how casting agents are and how agencies in general, because you see these guys are like Chris Evans. He was in Fantastic Four 1 and 2 as the Human Torch.
And he wasn't bad, but he was young.
Yeah.
It wasn't. That movie wasn't even horrible, but compared to what they're doing in Disney, it doesn't compare.
Yeah, I agree totally.
I mean, and we could always bring this up, but it's really interesting how they're going to go when it finally. You said did it confirm this week, or is it still waiting? You said last week it might be
For
this
what?
week for the Disney Fox takeover.
Yeah, well, the article that I read, I think I read it on maybe comicbook.com or IO9 or something like that. They said they're going to close next week.
Yeah.
Maybe it's this week.
I don't know if Disney's going to go directly at Fantastic Four, like make a Fantastic Four movie, or just make parts of it. Like maybe, I don't know.
They have a ton of source material, and like people will geek out over those little like Easter eggy nuggets where they're like, yeah, I read Fantastic Four 431, and I remember when they pulled in Terax or whatever it might be.
Yeah.
And you'll be like, and people like belong to that little special club that knows that shit. I know I do.
Yeah.
I mean, and they got a lot of material to work with. I would love if they brought Fantastic Four in and then they did a proper Galactus. Not some shadowy bullshit that just about creeps in,
Here's
with
a
the rise
question.
of
Yeah. Here's a question.
Silver
Who
Surfer.
do you think the new baddie's going to be after Thanos? So they're probably going to hint towards it at the end of End Game. They're probably going to like a extra credit trail or something where you got to give us a nugget of the next 10 years.
Yeah, man, that's interesting because I want to know. It's we talk about all this shit, but the fucked up way that I go through picking up topics and articles and things around the internet, so we have something to talk about, and we all do it, but
You're more organized, I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, but I also don't have 4 kids and
no excuses, John. Just take the credit, man.
right,
I'm offering it. Take it. Jamie's here. He would never give it. No, I'm kidding. He probably would.
But it's like I get to like these article titles or the headlines, and it's like Kevin Feige hints at blah blah blah, and I'm like, nope, not opening that one.
Yeah, I don't like that
because I don't want to shake my presents. You shake your presents?
No.
And I'll be honest
Right?
with you.
No.
Anything that Kevin Feige says, I take it with a grain of salt because he's the ultimate. Like he knows comic books in and out. So like he even had a conversation about the invasion for the Skrulls, Skrulls, the comic book. He goes, I'm not saying we're not going to do it.
Yeah, right.
And and then everybody's like lighting up the world. Oh, it's going to happen. Well, he didn't say it was.
He's really great at, and I've seen it over the years in all the interviews that I've seen him in, at saying a lot and telling you nothing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's part of his genius. It's about 10% of it because the other part's his vision. But
Yeah.
that whole, you need that little,
skill.
you need that 10% to keep the, because the comic book world is, not for me, but for you guys, is so vast. There's so many different universes, even just within Avengers. I mean, you get into the other ones, and you have to really know your ins and outs. And it sounds like that guy knows his ins and outs of the world.
Yeah, totally, man. And he's not Mark Ruffalo who's dropping bombs left and right. Or
I personally,
Tom Holland.
I always believe that's kind of like maybe that he did the first time on accident.
He did, absolutely.
But I think now it's like they use it to their advantage.
Oh, yeah.
They're like, all right.
You hear about that, Gerry?
No.
So Mark Ruffalo, the guy who plays the Hulk,
Yeah.
I've mentioned this on previous podcasts. He gave away the big reveal, or the big spoilers. Screw you if you haven't seen Infinity War. But
What rock do you live under, brother?
right? He's promoting Ragnarok, and he's sitting in an interview with Don Cheadle, and as they're talking, Mark Ruffalo loses his mind and basically says, "Oh, this is nothing. You can't wait till next movie. Everybody dies," like that. And Don Cheadle does this thing where he's like, "Dude, like it." Don Cheadle's an excellent actor, but I don't think, and Ruffalo, I don't think either one of them were acting, because the reaction was like, you just totally fucked up, man.
Yeah.
You just told everybody about a movie that's not even coming out, that we're not even promoting, that everybody dies.
Because they were already filming that during Ragnarok. It was like kind of like, but here maybe Ruffalo is actually probably, I'm just saying, maybe he's a huge comic book nerd too, and he knows the Infinity Gauntlet story and and all that because it happens in the comics.
Yeah.
So maybe he just was like, all right, dude, did you wait till the next one? You're thinking it's just comic book people that will read. No, but not everybody's a comic book person, so they don't know this shit.
Yeah. You can drop some bombs.
Yeah.
So I told Nick earlier before you came over, Gerry. I said he mentioned Infinity or End Game, and he goes, "Yo, man, we're going to see that shit opening night." And I said, "I might be going to the red carpet." He's like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" So all I did was they promoted on Instagram. Mark Ruffalo did this thing where he's pretending that he stole Thor's hammer, and he's like, he's got the camera in his face.
Which one is it? Which hammer?
It better be the new one. It better be Stormbringer.
That's what I'm saying.
Stormbreaker. Yeah. But he's got Thor's hammer. He's got it all signed by every cast member. And it's a contest sponsored by this company, this organization called Omaze. And it goes to a charity. I forget the charity. It's an arts school charity that Mark Ruffalo is affiliated with. And so I did my charitable donation. I donated $25. But I was like, I told Cindy, and she's like, "You're taking me." And I was like, "What do you mean?" And I was like, well, and then she quickly said, and totally, this is why my wife is much smarter than I am. She goes, "Well, you can't choose between Nick and Jamie."
Not that I'd be allowed to go anyway. Are you serious? Fly all the way out to California? Even for that, my wife would probably say no.
Oh my God, are you kidding me?
I don't know.
Be on the red carpet with
know.
Mark Ruff with the Hulk?
That's funny.
I don't know. That would be a tough call.
So they're doing one. I feel like, and by the way, Nick, Johnny, Jamie show is not affiliated with Omaze, but we're just fans, and I just happen to.
Hey, we're affiliated with anybody. Fuck
Yeah.
it.
I'm the biggest squirrel on the planet. I'll put my ass up and just present and say, "Hey, you can affiliate me." So Mark Ruffalo's doing one. Who else? Doctor Strange, Benedict Cumberbatch, and
He'd be cool to meet.
yeah, oh hell yeah,
That guy is like a world.
so charming.
He's so charming. And you know what? You heard the story. You'd be interested in this. I don't know if you knew about this. In England, there was he was riding in an Uber, and then somebody was getting mugged or something like that. So he jumped out of the fucking Uber
Really?
and beat the shit out of the dude.
I do remember that.
Really?
Dude, he's like
That's
a
last
stand-up
year,
dude.
wasn't it?
Yeah, he's like a stand-up dude. It's like
He's a real superhero.
yeah, right.
Almost as superhero as Gerry.
Well, yeah.
Almost. Mm. He does have a gold jacket now, so
Yeah,
it's
true.
pretty super.
Maybe it's a gold cape.
Gold cape.
yes, gold cape's
Right?
even better
I
because
think that's what we need to do. Gold
See,
cape.
There you go, Jerry.
Gold cape.
You're,
Yeah,
getting,
yeah.
you're getting a gold cape. The first
cape.
honoree of the gold
We're
cape.
gonna wear it when we have the video too.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We're gonna. It's got to be. I think if I can, I want to do gold cape, high collar, Doctor Strange
Oh,
style.
I like that.
Right?
Yeah, I like it.
You don't want to
Nice.
do Thor style or Doctor Strange?
Doctor Strange. It needs the high collar.
All right, it's cool with the high collar.
I mean, Jerry's a fit guy, but
Yeah.
come on.
Yeah, he's a
what
cool.
What if we have some other member of our brood that comes on and maybe isn't as fit as Jerry? You want to be able to structure that out, and I don't know. But anyway,
Why are you admiring his physique, dude?
Jerry,
d-
Jerry, you did the push up challenge. Did you hear about this?
No.
So, what was your push up challenge?
100 a day for a year.
And you did that?
Yeah.
You're like, it's no big deal. I can't even
And
do 100.
he wouldn't do like 10, in the morning, 20 in the afternoon. He'd just crank him out
Yeah.
in the
No,
morning.
I would, not that I would do this, but if I were to do it, I'd rather get it out of the fucking way.
rip that fucking Band-Aid off.
Just get it done. And I do those cheap ones with the knees and going.
Like in the workout videos when there's the guy in the back and says, "Oh, for you guys that need adjustments." Then
That's Nick right back there.
way to go, Nick. All right, so Captain Marvel obviously led the box office with $69 million. It's going to continue to dominate.
No, I still think, even though we all agree it wasn't as good as other ones, in the it's still going to get $1 billion.
Yeah.
Especially as End Game gets closer, I think they'll see a little bit of a bump towards the right before. Not a lot, but I think you'll see that like ticket sales won't die off like they normally would.
Yeah.
I
So
think that's what helped Black Panther, to be honest with you.
Black Panther, the
It
only
was a
thing that
phenomenal
stopped
movie.
it from making money was the fact that it came out on video.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's right. It was on it was like 20 weeks. It was on like
Top 10. I was like, holy shit. It was an event when it dropped out of the top 10. I was like, holy shit. And I think it was exactly when it hit video.
But although I always go back to this, I've watched it twice. I just have no urge to see it more than that. Like,
Yeah.
Doctor Strange, I can watch multiple times. Iron Man. I mean, we talk about this all the time.
Sure.
Even though it's a fantastic movie from cover to cover, it's probably one of the most well written ones too. Mm-hmm. I just don't get that like excitement about it like I do the other ones.
Yeah. And I think it's an excellent movie. We should do this. Let's work on doing this. Let's try and have, because you got 2 thumbs up, thumbs down. You got tomato meter. You got
Rewatch
Metacritic.
meter. We should have a rewatch meter.
Rewatch meter. And then also while rewatching it, how many times have you looked at your phone?
That's a good point.
Right?
That is a great point. That we always talk about that with TV shows.
Yeah.
Like while we're binge watching a show, we always talk about like, are we like into the show or are we
Right.
like, all right, I'm watching it because like Luke Cage 2 came out, man. The first 6 episodes, I probably caught more up on what's going on in our show than I did what's going on in the show itself. So we always talk about that when a show really grabs you, like GOT will, I rewatched GOT 4 times. I never pick up my phone,
Yeah, me too.
and that's from beginning to end.
You've rewatched all 7 seasons
4 times.
4 times?
Well, I didn't.
You're legit,
It
dude.
wasn't all 4. Like when season right before season 5 came out, I watched the first 4.
Okay. Oh, I see.
And then
Progressively.
and then when season 5 came out, 6, was it Jon Snow when he died that after 4? I can't remember.
Yeah.
I think it was 4. Whatever. The season right before Jon Snow supposedly came back, I rewatched again, and then I rewatched it when I had my first hand surgery because I was bored.
Sure.
And then I just rewatched it a couple months ago. Me and my wife decided to rewatch it all again.
good, right?
But it's so fucking good. You know what I mean? I never put my phone down.
Gerry.
I just watched The Wire again, all 5 episodes.
I never watched that. I heard that's fantastic.
awesome.
So do you do that thing when someone tells you they haven't watched The Wire? Do you look at them like a dog? When a dog looks at you like he's trying to figure out what you're saying? Like, I've gotten that before I watched The Wire. I haven't. This is going to be something that people yell at me about.
I haven't
but
watched it either.
I've watched the first 2 seasons, and then I just got distracted with something else and haven't picked it up.
Well, it's a shame because the 3rd season's the best one.
Oh,
How many seasons is it?
I got to get over the hump.
5?
Yeah.
That's what it is, right?
It's all about, what is The Wire about again? Because I get them confused.
The Baltimore City drug trade.
Yes, that's it. Because I was thinking, what's the one with the prison that everybody liked?
Oz.
Oz,
yeah.
that's it.
Yeah,
that
Oz
one.
was
I
good.
always get them confused, the two, The Wire and Oz.
Yeah, that had J.K. Simmons in it.
Yeah, I like that guy.
That's the first time I could remember his name.
I know, every other time we're like, what's that guy? Crossroads?
J. Jonah Jameson, right?
Did you see that thing I sent you about him and Spider-Man and the skit? Remember?
No.
Where he did the voice of...
Wait, I thought you told me that he was going to be
No, I sent...
J. Jonah Jameson.
I'll show you at the end. I sent
Okay.
you and Jamie a little... He actually... he was on some morning show, maybe like a Preston and Steve type show.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even know where it was. And they asked him to do the voice of Jameson
Mm-hmm.
as like after Infinity War, like people like vanishing and shit.
Like, where is everybody?
And then they did a skit, like a little cartoon thing of him. It was fucking hilarious.
Dude, I
thought I sent that to you.
I think you did, but I totally misread your text. I thought you were like, he was reprising his role. in a
No, it was
future
just like a
Spider-Man.
kind of like a joke thing.
Okay.
You know, and you didn't even look at it. You just laughed
Well,
and gave me an LOL like I'm a fucking ass.
No,
You're that guy, dude. You're just like, oh, that seems funny. I'll just fucking little.
Did I do the actual LOL?
Or you know, ha ha ha. I don't even remember.
Or did I just do the emoji?
You might have done the emoji.
Oh, if I just did the emoji.
You just passed me
that's
by.
even worse.
Yeah, you
Didn't even
fucker.
make the
You
effort.
fucker.
Make the effort to do 3 taps instead of 1.
Oh, but I wanted to touch on something about End Game real quick. There was
Go
a
ahead.
theory out there, and I don't know if you heard this or I talked about it yet, about why Thanos didn't go after Asgard in the beginning. Because he knew the Tesseract was on Asgard. Why did he
So
wait?
can I didn't read anything, but I was on Ranker a while ago figuring out who was the most powerful superheroes and stuff, because we stumble on that conversation
I love
all
that
the time.
conversation.
Right? And some people rank Odin as more powerful than Thanos.
Well, it was the Odin.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, nobody knows the extent of Odin's powers because at the time we start seeing him in the MCU, he's old. He's
Yeah.
like millions of years
Yeah.
old.
True.
Thor's thousands of years old.
Yeah.
You know, so Odin, when he was younger, might have been, I mean, you got to think if he was more power than Helena and Thor, I mean, he probably was like ridiculously powerful at
Sure.
one point. I mean, he controlled Thor's hammer and the ability for Thor to use it.
Yeah. Oh, that's right.
In the beginning.
And he stripped him of his power.
And he stripped him of his power and his mortality.
yeah.
So, I mean, he had
Bad
to be.
motherfucker.
But it wasn't just the Odin thing. It was also the Helena thing. They were talking about, the article I read was all about what Thanos knows. Mm-hmm. Thanos always says he's burdened by knowledge.
Sure.
And Thanos
But he's a scientist too.
Thanos is also hundreds of years, maybe thousands of years old too.
Yeah,
I don't.
he's a titan of the Eternals, I think.
Right. So he's thousands of years old too. Yeah. So where does it say he doesn't know about Helena and Odin? And he knew if Odin died, Helena would come around. So why didn't he, right after Odin died, why didn't he just go right to Asgard? There was weeks, maybe months that took place between that. Helena was alive. Helena, I mean, Thor, for all his might, could not even do any damage to Helena.
Put a whooping on him for sure.
You know, and she has these friggin' metal things that come out of nowhere, and she just fucks people up with them. So the theory was that he knew, Thanos knew about Helena too. So he was waiting for both of them to go before he made his move.
See,
that's why he attacked. That's why he attacked Xandar first. You know, I also think there's my theory. I don't know if it's a true theory, but I think there's an order of the way he's supposed to get the stones.
Well, it makes sense
Because he could have got any stone. He knew these stones were on Earth for years. There's 2. He never went after him. He kept trying to go out. He actually gave up one of the stones to Loki to get the Tesseract.
Yeah, so what did he do? He did power then space?
power, then space, then he got reality, then he got soul, and then he got time, and then he got mind.
Yeah, that's right. That works out really well.
I mean, I just think because he gave up the Mind Stone. He had it the whole time. Gave it to Loki and the staff, which Loki didn't know was the mind. Because I don't think Loki knew about it.
Think about that.
He gave up the staff. The staff had it.
Yeah.
That's what got Hawkeye fucked up, and all these other people fucked up.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Yeah, I didn't even think about that. Like that totally slipped my mind. He had it, and gave it up.
Right. To get the Tesseract.
Oh no, he didn't give it up.
He gave Loki the staff. He did.
He gave Loki the staff,
and in the staff
but wait a minute,
was the Mind Stone.
Yes, but he didn't have the stone with the staff. Loki had the staff, and Loki got the stone from S.H.I.E.L.D. because S.H.I.E.L.D. was trying to create energy weapons with it.
No, S.H.I.E.L.D. was trying to create energy weapons from the Tesseract,
which contained the stone.
That's the Space Stone.
Oh, what am I thinking?
The Mind Stone was in the was
it in the Loki Pokey stick?
Yes, the Age of Ultron. Remember?
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Ultron. That's how they created it. So Thanos gave up a stone, hoping to get a stone. Maybe Loki was supposed to give him back the staff afterwards. I have no idea. But Thanos, I don't know where he came across that. And then he knew it was in Xandar ever since Guardians.
True.
And he could have decimated Xandar at any time. Why did he wait a week before? Why did he wait a week right before Helena died? After Helena died,
yeah. Well, and then he actually went to Xandar to get the power.
Because I don't know if he could have went up against Asgard's full might and Odin or Helena. It would have been. It might have been sense. It might have been a too tough of a play for him.
Yo, this Marvel movie making is hard.
I know, right? Just talking about it's hard. Sorry, Jerry, we're eliminating
Jerry, what was so are you following all this?
Yeah, I'm following it. Makes sense to me.
I mean, we just research this all day long. I mean, when I got time, I'm seeing all these articles. I don't know any of this stuff. I just read all these articles about people that I guess know these things.
Yeah.
And they throw out theories, and there was a theory about order of alignment with stones.
That makes perfect sense, dude. And it makes me feel dumb because I didn't even think about that. But and it makes me have a lot more respect for everything that they've done so far.
Yeah,
you know. So let's get through the box office. So Wonder Park, it's a new animated movie.
Oh, what is that about?
It's about this little girl who, in her imagination, creates this park, but then she sort of goes on this old roller coaster ride.
What? I'm sorry.
And roller coaster ride, and actually, the roller coaster ride is enchanted in some way, and it takes her to the actual Wonder Park, and that's part. It's very kid-like.
Yeah. No.
But if you had a 3-year-old, Nick.
Yeah, no. Yeah. I'm not wasting my time to take her to a movie like that. Dumbo, Frozen, legit shit. I know I'm going to at least somewhat enjoy.
Oh, real quick, back to Captain Marvel. So the other Captain Marvel's coming out in a couple weeks, April 5th, I believe.
What other Captain Marvel?
Shazam.
Yeah.
Do you think it's going to draft any dollars away from Captain Marvel? No, this thing's going to juggernaut onto
Did
$1
I hear,
billion.
though, that Superman or Batman are supposed to make an appearance in this? Or they just talk about them a lot?
Yeah, well, they said that Batman's supposed to make an appearance, but what it is he's in a toy store or drugstore with toys in it, and he grabs looks like a 30-inch tall Batman doll, and as he takes it to throw it at a bad guy, it says something. I forget what it said. But that was. I'm not Ben
Affleck anymore, so
it's clickbait shit. It's kind of cheap. And you know what? I was looking at that trailer, and it's set in Philadelphia,
which is cool.
Yeah, but it's not shot in Philadelphia. They do the B-roll and the aerial shots and all that stuff
bullshit.
Of Philadelphia. But then when they go to the convenience store, it's like they're selling beer in the convenience store.
Yeah. Any Philadelphian's gonna fucking know that's a red flag.
Yeah. Dude. And in the background, because I'm that asshole that goes frame by frame.
How much was the soda there? Was there a tax?
Yeah, right? Wasn't a big gulp, so they knew they weren't in a 7-Eleven. And there was like taquitos in the background, and they were selling beer, and I was like, This is the problem, man. You see how you just put together, like, there's a sequence. That's probably why they might, you read that article, but that's the level of detail that they may have gone in.
And that's what I like. You feel like Marvel does. And that's what's awesome about the MCU.
Yeah.
They go through that. And, not to get to what I was talking about earlier, but that's what Game of Thrones does. That's what people want nowadays. They want to be intrigued by details.
How else do you watch it more than once?
Right.
Right.
You pick up shit on the second go around or the third go around, and you're like, it's mind blowing.
Well, that's my favorite part about Game of Thrones is every time I've rewatched it, I pick up shit. I'm just like, wow, that's what they were talking about in season 1. I totally fucking get it now.
Yeah.
That's the reason why I rewatch Ragnarok. It's because I like the history. I especially love the history of the Asgardians just because, hell, they've been around for thousands of years, millions of years, and they've had a major impact on the whole universe.
Yeah, and they're almost like, if you guys were around for 10,000 years, then your science might be as sophisticated as ours.
Right.
Meaning that they were probably, they were at one point not as sophisticated and powerful as they are now.
No, exactly.
Which is kind of cool.
They're the only race that uses the Bifrost, so they're which is transporting a person, not a ship, through time. Mm-hmm. They're using people, and they're the only race that does that. So they were unique in that aspect. Not even Thanos had that technology.
Yeah, he had to get a stone.
You had to get a stone to do that.
So, so the other thing, where are we? Back to box office. 5 Feet Apart. Wonder Park did $16 million. 5 Feet Apart is number 3 in the box office with $13 million. It's just like a teenage tragedy love story type of thing. It's got boy meets girl, boy has fatal disease, girl has fatal disease, and they take another stab at life.
Oh.
Is it like a Walk to Remember? No.
Like Fault in Our Stars.
Fault in Our Stars. That's it. I did like that movie, but I'm not going to go to movies to see that shit.
And then How to Train Your Dragon's doing $9.3 million. And then, man, Medea's still making money.
Medea?
Yeah, Tyler Perry's family funeral, $8 million.
Dude, that guy prints money for shit movies.
I love it.
Because he has an audience that, we know the audience that will always pay to see that movie.
Yeah, he's the black Adam Sandler.
Yeah.
Only Adam's, you know what I mean? Adam Sandler's, man. I
think Adam Sandler got paid pretty good for his life.
Oh, yeah. I mean, he had like a $50 million contract with Netflix.
Right. And he got in when the getting's good. Netflix ain't going to renew that fucking contract for no shit.
No. Even his stand-up thing was like not great.
I loved him back in the day, man. He was one, like Big Daddy and all those movies were fantastic. Now it's just like I see a movie of his, turn it.
Yeah.
I can't watch it.
And even some of his bits on Saturday Night Live were good. Obviously Hanukkah, right? Or when he did the opera guy.
Yeah.
And then I think he got out of Saturday Night Live just in time.
Yeah.
And just struck cold with the movies.
Well,
with
they always
Happy
do that.
Madison.
Saturday Night Live kicks them all out. What's his face? Always
Michaels.
Kicks, like after 5 years, they're like, get the fuck out.
Yeah.
We need a class.
Yeah, there may be like a couple of people that hang on. Like Kenan Thompson, he's hanging on there for a long time. I think he's 12, 13 years in.
That's not probably the longest tenured ever.
Yeah. Daryl Hammond was in there for a long time, too. He did the best Clinton.
Yeah. Nobody does the best Trump like
Alec Baldwin.
God, he's awesome.
God, Trump has done more for ratings for news outlets and for television shows than I think anybody in history.
These people should be rooting this motherfucker on.
You know what I mean?
He's actually going against Alec Baldwin in Saturday Night Live. Do you know he's filing a suit against them for decimation of character or something like that? That motherfucker's crazy.
Think about that, though. I mean, like if I'm a television executive over like CNN or Fox News or whatever, yeah, right in the fridge. They're not bad, right? They're the super sessions. If you want another one, Jared, they're in there too.
I'm enjoying this. This super session is delicious.
And they won't beat you over the head. They're low ABV. They're only 4.8.
Oh, well, in that case.
So, yeah, have 2 or 3.
Pardon me.
But yeah, if I own CNN,
Sure.
You get it. He's closer.
All right.
I
was going to get a beer for Gerry, but he honored. Give me one. That's cool too, Jerry. Thanks, bud. Right
there on the left, Jared. Then if we want more, I'll just clap my hands and have my minion sons go get it for us.
Why else do you have kids?
That's right.
I remember growing up, my mom and dad were like, they'd sit there at the side of the TV and outside getting up to piss. They didn't do shit. It's like, my drink's done. Give me a soda. And I'm like, really? Go empty my ashtray. Because we smoked in the house at the fucking time. I'm surprised I'm not dead already. You know, my parents didn't get up shit. We were their slaves. And then you see kids nowadays, man, I don't want to get into this topic, but they're like, really? You sat there for playing video games for 4 hours and I asked you to take out the trash and you're giving me a freaking attitude?
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah.
What?
Dude, how about I wake you up at 4:30 in the morning, have you milk cows and plow a field and get chicken eggs and work a farm?
Yeah.
How about you do that?
Yeah.
And then go to school all day, come home and close up working the farm and do it all over every day.
Yeah.
If you go to school.
And I love my teenager and my stepson, but man, it's like today I got home from work and he's like,
God, we sound like old men.
But it's true though. He's chilling for 3 hours playing video games, and I say after dinner you're done, and he's giving me a sour grapefruit.
Yeah,
I'm like, what? Are you serious?
3 hours.
But anyway,
what's crazy though, and I think we mentioned this before in a podcast, but I was listening to another podcast and they said, it's crazy. All the things that our parents told us not to do, kids are making millions of dollars doing it these days.
the video games.
Yeah.
The
Don't play video games. It'll rot your brain. Oh, yeah? Know what it's going to do? It's going to make me millions of dollars.
Yeah, but
don't stand too close to your television.
But that's-
now we get a phone and we put it inside an Oculus or inside of a what's it called, a virtual reality headset, and now the screen's like 2 inches from our eyeball.
I have that, and I haven't even tried it yet.
I got
It's
one.
pretty cool.
Not the Oculus,
Yeah,
but I got one that's like that.
I got an Oculus with my last phone, and I used it once.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I'm like, yes.
What did you do? Did you do the roller coaster?
I don't know. I did it like it was a planetarium where you could see stars. And
Dude,
shit.
I want to do like a horror game.
Yeah, that'd
I
be
wasn't
cool.
into it.
No?
No.
Did it make you
Did it
nauseous?
give you a headache or anything?
Yeah.
No, I didn't know, but it was like whatever.
Well, I heard it's cool for like sporting events because if you want
Porn.
to be.
Oh, wow. Good.
Well,
That's a good idea.
We're already talking about that earlier. You got that thing in the corner. I still want to know what that's all about.
It's my homemade haptic suit with a fleshlight attached to the crotch.
We can say this all we want. It's all joking aside. You know, porn in the industry in 20 years, that's going to be where it's at.
Dude, whoever
Well,
adopts
like
the technology.
virtual porn.
Virtual porn, like a whole body suit where you feel it.
That's weird.
Well,
Of course it's weird.
It's weird to us now, but 20, 30 years ago, would you think about playing these video games nowadays? They do? No, that'd be fucking weird.
You know what's weird too? Being alone in a hotel room and ordering porn. But apparently a lot of people are doing it because all the hotels have it. You know what I mean?
I don't understand why now with all the free shit you get on your phone now. Why the fuck do you order anything?
Yeah, and maybe that's a little antiquated, but you get what I'm saying.
Yeah,
It's
I
like,
do.
yeah, it's pretty pervasive, man.
Yeah.
And
That industry's not going anywhere.
No.
Fuck no, man.
it's going to be happening for as long as you have that genetic need to procreate. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's always going to be available.
Let's finish the box office.
Yeah,
Man. We're getting way
we're
off
done.
topic.
We're done. Tyler Perry, Medea, $8 million. So not a whole lot happening in the news, but I do like to talk about a trailer that broke shortly after last week's podcast, which was the most recent End Game trailer, Avengers End Game.
Now, before we get to that,
Yeah.
I want to explain something to Jerry because you didn't see Captain Marvel, but we don't need to go into Captain Marvel to explain. You saw Infinity War, right?
Yep.
You saw the end with the beeper
Yep.
and Nick Fury, right? Well, at the end of Captain Marvel, they have those end clips. One of the end clips. Well, I'm just going to tell you what it was because it goes into this trailer that you saw. The end clip was,
And you'll be able to leave after the credits when you go see it.
yeah.
Or before the credits.
Definitely don't stay for the second one. It really wasn't worth it. But the end trailer after was Steve Rogers, Captain America, all the Avengers sitting around wondering, they're talking about what they're going to do. I forget exactly what they were talking about. Then Mark Ruffalo, Mark Ruffalo? Was it Mark Ruffalo came running in?
I can't remember.
Somebody comes running into Captain America and say that thing. Oh no, they say that thing in the other room. No, it was Ant-Man, right? It was Ant-Man.
I think you're right.
It was Ant-Man. Somebody ran in to tell Captain America and Black Widow that thing in the other room stopped transmitting. and they're like, have you tried changing out the battery? He's like, yeah, it's on a constant cell. And they're talking about the beeper that Nick Fury had. Apparently it was transmitting for months, and it just stopped. And they're all just sitting around there, and Captain America has his beard, so that's important for this trailer, because in the trailer he doesn't have the beard. So and they're all standing around. Then Captain America turns around, and Brie Larson's standing there. She's
Captain Marvel.
Marvel, right.
And they're all looking at her like, kind of like looking at her like, who the fuck are you? And she's like, where's Nick Fury at? Nobody calls him Nick Fury. Everybody just calls him Fury. So right there, they're all like taken back. So and they don't know who the hell this woman is, where she came from.
And she looks a little disheveled.
Yes, she does.
Yeah.
So, and that's the other question. And then I read an article that she has nothing to do with Endgame, which would make no sense to me. Why the fuck would you?
Yeah, that's bullshit.
Yeah, that's total bullshit. Just because she wasn't in that one picture scene where they're all in those weird suits.
Yeah, true. So let's get into it.
Just to give you an all update where she come from, because
So obviously, Captain Marvel's supposed to be this big ass kicker that is supposed to take it to Thanos. She's going to be one of the leverages, right? One of the things that is going to give them an edge.
She's Marvel's answer to Superman,
pretty much.
Like, I mean, this bitch was just like,
Marvel,
in a good way of bitch.
Yeah.
She was just like, once she just figured went full blast, it was just like, how the fuck does anybody really stop her?
Well, I mean, you think about it. She absorbed all that energy from the Tesseract, right? So she's got energy from one of the stones.
And you notice the other person that had energy from the stone, Scarlet Witch, Scarlet Witch was able to destroy a stone because she had energy. She made her more powerful. She's actually another one that's really powerful in the group, but she never goes to the extent of her powers.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Yeah, it was the Mind Stone. The Mind Stone.
Until he
forgot about that.
Backed up time and
until he used one of the other stones to back up time. But they talked about it before. They couldn't. Even the Asgardians couldn't kill the Reality Stone. Mm-hmm. They said we can't destroy this. Yeah. There's no way to destroy it.
Yeah, and then I was thinking about that. So she absorbed that. Technically, Star-Lord absorbed was it the Power Stone, whatever the purple one was.
Yeah, but then he lost that ability when his dad died, didn't he? Because he was connected.
That's a good point. Man, you're paying attention a lot more than I am.
I got nothing else to do, man. I couldn't even jerk off for a couple weeks because, I got my balls fixed. So when you got nothing else to do...
Nick put the baby maker out of commission.
Oh, gotcha.
I got told by my wife, it's time. And I'm like, I couldn't argue with her.
You did the right thing, man.
I couldn't argue.
You don't want to be a 60-year-old walking your kid to graduation.
What's going to happen, dude? Look at my age.
College graduation.
Dick.
I didn't want to. No, you got...
The boys are born... I'm 39.
Okay.
18 years from now, when will I be? Oh, it's going to be close to 60. It'll be 57? No, 58.
Yeah, but you're in good shape. You'll look like you're 50.
I got to get in better shape. I got to stop drinking these fucking IPAs, that's for sure. Or I got to start doing 100 push-ups a day.
There you go. Gerry will get you tuned right up.
Go Gerry and then go Jamie with a no milk processing thing.
Yeah, he just keeps taking shit away from...
I don't understand that, man. But he'll never take away his sweets, man. We went to Captain Marvel. Yeah. Brie handed over a bunch of those like boxes of sweets. I'm like, Jesus, Jamie.
Yeah, do you know that about Gerry? I mean, know that about Jamie, Gerry? So Jamie, for the longest time, it's like...
Cut out alcohol, cut out all this stuff, cut out dairy. It's not for no reason. He just said, I just want to do it. And he just does it. He
like challenges himself.
And he's awesome at it. I envy that about him. I do.
You know what I had after dinner tonight? I had a Nutty Buddy ice cream cone. It was delicious.
Yeah.
And now I'm drinking IPAs.
But also the thing about Jamie is...
And I'm not doing push-ups tomorrow morning.
He can eat we got to do the Mike and Ike's thing, by the way.
Yeah, definitely.
It's totally... well, we'll see if he actually picks on it, because I just mentioned in the podcast. He'll be like, what the fuck are you talking about, Mike and Ike's?
Well, elaborate.
Yeah. We should have done it this week, but we got to do it for next week.
Okay.
We'll explain after the podcast.
Yeah.
I like Mike and Ike's, by the way.
Do you like Mike and Ike's, or what? If you had to choose between Mike and Ike's and Good and Plenty, what would you choose?
Mike and Ike's.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you like any licorice candy, like black licorice candy?
Licorice is the devil.
Yeah, it's gross.
Yeah, it's disgusting.
Not black
Especially
licorice.
Black
Ugh,
licorice
it's
is nasty.
disgusting.
Yeah.
You know why I think it's nasty? Because my dad loved Ouzo, and if you ever had a shot of Ouzo, it tastes
Yeah.
like
Hey,
black
licorice.
licorice. Ugh.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah.
And my dad was 100% Greek, so he drank that shit like it was water. It's like that big fat Greek wedding. That was my dad. Ouzo! And I'm like, what the fuck? is
Ouzo's
this?
nasty.
It's horrible.
Yeah. I would do anything. Grappa. I'd do anything else besides that Ouzo shit.
No, it's nasty.
No way. So Jamie Jamie takes all this stuff out of his diet and he does it like we were talking about masterfully. He just has
Like
this
we talked about
willpower.
cereal last week. I love cereal. I can't give up
I
cereal.
haven't eaten cereal in years.
But I love
Oh, I
Raisin
love
Bran.
cereal.
I'm a big Raisin Bran
Dude,
guy.
we just got CT Crunch, man.
Is it
Shit
good?
is good.
And I asked Jamie, I said, you still have cereal? He goes, yeah. I said, I thought you don't do milk. He goes, I just eat it raw. I'm like, oh, man.
Wow.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, man. He's dedicated.
It is
Yeah.
dedication.
And it's his Achilles heel and I love it.
Because he has one. He's like
Yeah.
the Superman at Kryptonite.
We all go to the movies to see Captain Marvel, me and
The wives
and
and
everything like that. And we're sitting in there.
I'm ordering a big bucket of popcorn. John's ordering.
I'm ordering a meal because we're at the tavern movie tavern.
Jamie sits there. I get a water, and I'm like, motherfucker, I'm getting a soda. You're getting a beer. I'm like, I feel like an asshole.
But then they stopped at a store before they went, and Bree just loaded up her
pocketbook,
purse
yeah.
with candy, and out comes the candy, Mike and Ike's, and I think M&M's, all kinds of shit. And
She just handed it down to him.
You know what my kryptonite is?
yeah,
Sweet tarts.
sweet tarts.
I can
That's your go-to.
Fuck up
Really?
some sweet tarts.
Like the candy coated ones.
No,
Or
that's
the-
a spree.
yeah, that's what I was
Sweet tarts.
thinking.
A little multicolored.
Yeah. I always
the
get
little,
confused
the little
with
like
Spree.
pill looking things.
Huh?
The little pill looking
Yeah,
things.
that's
Yeah,
sweet
yeah.
tarts.
Yeah.
Dude, you remember the big ones? Like when they were kids, they sold them in two packs. Yeah,
Yeah.
they looked like a urinal cake.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I remember your story. That's why I laughed. It was
And
funny.
you're just like, oh, you
Yeah.
bite one of those things.
Yeah. Jamie should try almond milk.
That's what I said to him. He goes, nah,
Jamie,
that's
try
nasty.
it. Listen, try it, Jamie.
It's actually pretty good. I've tried
Yeah,
almond
it is
milk.
good.
I drink almond milk too, but he
Yeah.
doesn't like it. And guys, it's pronounced almond. No, I'm just kidding.
You're fucking me up there. Yeah,
But if you put a stick of sweet tarts on this table, I eat the entire package.
Yeah, no worries.
Yeah, it's bad.
Yeah,
It's bad.
it's good is what it is.
Well,
Yo, everything in moderation, even moderation.
Now eggs are bad for you again. Apparently,
No,
I heard.
says
What the
who?
fuck? It's some scientific.
it's
fucking
probably a
reason.
fucking quack job.
Yeah.
Yeah, pun intended.
Yeah. You like that?
Because
See what I
ducks lay
did
eggs.
there? Yeah.
I get that.
All right, so let's get to it.
Oh,
Avengers End Game trailer. This would be trailer, I believe, number 3, because they had the first one, then they had the Super Bowl one, and now they have this one. This is, to
This
your
is the
point.
final, I think. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I think you're right. But to your point, Nick, you said this trailer has a lot of, it could have been a 50-second trailer, but they put a lot of old footage in there. They
Maybe
made
not even 50. I think you're giving it credit. Then.
Yeah, maybe a 30-second trailer.
I think it's like 30 seconds. Because it's a lot of talking over it. You know what I
Yep.
mean? They use that to cover up. The talking part's all new,
Yeah.
but the scenes they show are just like old Iron Man scenes, old Thor scenes, you know.
But it works.
It's-
They're being very nostalgic,
Dude.
you know, and they're like taking us through, you know, if think about this.
10 years of
You're
love.
39.
10 years
You
of
were
love.
29 when it started.
Yes.
You were in your 20s.
They're doing it right. The
Now
people-
you're almost in your 40s.
And I don't even think that's Feige. I think that's just Gerry. Stop! You're fucking digging me in there, and I'm trying to ignore it, and you won't let it go. But no, they just know how to massage us just right, dude.
Yeah.
It's like just it's like going to a strip club.
It's like
You're
going
just and then you're getting a massage, and then
You want a happy ending?
and then they go for that, and you're like, thank you. It's like being the owner of the Patriots.
That's right. Did you see her making her rounds?
No,
The owner of that club or that,
I didn't see the whole story. No.
but her chain of massage places,
Yeah.
is like
They're all illegal too, I'm sure.
well, I don't know, but it's I think it's called like spa or something like that, and they're in like malls, like strip malls and shit like that, and she's got pictures with Trump. She's got pictures with obviously all kinds of different people that are in that sort of
vein,
entertainment, social, rich. Let's just call it that.
I wonder if this is just the tip of the iceberg for this.
Oh yeah, are you kidding me?
I mean,
Could you imagine? Like, why? This guy could build his own massage parlor. And
he's a billionaire. Right. He's worth $11 billion, I think they said.
What the hell
I don't understand. Why are you going out of your... Just fucking call a high escort to your fucking room, dude.
Yeah.
I'm sure you people that are that uber rich have those girls on call.
Yeah.
I mean... If you don't, then I don't know what the fucking point of being that rich.
Yeah, I don't get it, man. I don't get it. Anyway, we got on a little tangent, but so that
you heard of that, buddy?
I still got a little bit of this, whatever this thing is. Anyway, so Avengers End Game trailer. I'm dying.
Gerry, take over.
Yeah,
it starts.
I know CPR. You're good.
Good, thanks, Gerry. You're gonna be my hero tonight. Avengers End Game trailer.
Gerry, you're invited to my wedding.
Speaking of which, it starts out with Tony's voiceover. Right?
Yes, it does.
That's a great pull.
Well, which where it's funny because that's where it all started.
Yes, exactly.
Even though the Hulk started it, but really, when it really kicked into high gear, it was Iron Man.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's cool how they start. If you pick up on these little nuances, that's cool what they did there.
So, what were some of the things that jumped out of you that you thought were kind of
that and the woman that we do not know yet?
Yeah, Tony does the initial voiceover, and then there's a British voice that's a female British voice that's doing a voiceover, and
I have no idea who that is.
I thought it might have been Cap's first love.
Yeah, but she's talking about like
Peggy Carter,
present tense though.
Yeah.
So that makes no sense, and she's never been in the MCU movies.
Sure she has. She's been in Captain America.
That's right, she wasn't good. Fuck.
Yeah. And then and then she was in Civil War. She died.
I hate when he proves me wrong. It doesn't happen often, but I hate when he does.
But that's why he's carrying the coffin. That's her
but
coffin.
it doesn't make sense that we have a voiceover because it's I don't know, maybe it is her.
I agree with you. It's a weird choice.
Yeah, but him being first is perfect. But maybe it is her. No, because then Cap talks. I was going to say maybe if Cap doesn't talk.
Yeah, but he talks like in scene. He doesn't talk.
He doesn't talk over. Yeah. Thor doesn't talk over either. It's just Cap,
except
this
for
girl.
The end, which is cool.
In the end,
Yeah. Cap, this girl. No, Iron Man, this girl. And who else talks over?
Does Black Widow talk over? I can't remember. Anyway.
Yes, I think she does.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think they do this thing with the original cast members. The footage that they do show, because they show, the thing that really got me the most was them in what appears to be quantum suits.
Yeah, but why is, if that's true and they need people to go back in time, and I can see that point where they just need certain people because you can't have too many people, why would you have Nebula?
I think they're going to jump all over the place. If you look at...
Oh, you think they're jumping her time, Avengers time.
Sure.
But you can't jump... Maybe they can't jump Captain Marvel's because maybe she's in a different galaxy.
Yeah, exactly.
And that galaxy she's in doesn't really matter to the snap per se.
Yeah. There's a lot going on. But I think... Because if you look, they show Scarlett Johansson as Black Widow, right? But they show her with... short red hair, I think. Long red hair.
And
blonde hair.
And blonde streaks at the end of it. So it's
Yeah.
like she's like, it looks like they're trying to like go reverse of what her natural hair color is, saying that her natural hair color is red.
Yeah.
She's been dyeing it blonde as undercover.
Yeah. Yeah. And when we first saw her in Thor, she was...
No, it wasn't Thor. She was
in the hallway. She did that thing where she...
I thought
kicked
that
those
was
guys'
Iron Man
ass.
too.
Oh, you're right. It wasn't.
Aha! I knew I'd get you, John. I'm back.
That's right. Game set.
I was luring you that one in. I was waiting for you to go there.
Lured me right into that trap. But none
So
of
you
the-
think they're using the suits to go back in time to fuck
No,
with Thanos?
I think
I
they're
think-
they
yeah.
need the suits to wear the suits to go back in time with the.
Did you see Ant-Man and the Wasp?
Yeah.
At the end, where he gets stuck in the quantum realm,
Yeah.
there's a big theory out there, and it's really a huge theory because of what they saw in the second trailer with Ant-Man appearing, and they're like, well, we thought he was dead. Where did he come from? Is this old footage? he got stuck in the quantum realm.
Who, Ant-Man did?
And
Yes,
Ant-Man.
yeah.
And
Scott
in
Lang.
and in Ant-Man and the Wasp, her mom even said, stay away from the time vortexes. They're one fucked up shit. And then she didn't say fucked up, but
Yeah.
I'm saying fucked up. She said, stay away from them. It's pretty messed up shit. So I guess he comes back from that. Maybe he gets put into one, Scott Lang, and goes 6 months to a year. Because he looks kind of young. He looks, he doesn't look like he's aged.
I think they might discover that he hasn't aged.
Yes.
Like he comes back and then they do some type of analysis on
Because
him.
you'd be like, I just left. I
Here
just
a
got
minute
back.
ago, yeah.
So
And they're like, you've had zero cell degradation
or something like that,
yeah.
and they're like, "Oh, what the hell happened?" And he's
Mm-hmm.
like, "Well, I've been going in this quantum realm, and then I somehow he gets out."
Well, Tony obviously survives.
Tony obviously, but I'm talking about Ant-Man.
Oh, yeah, he gets out
somehow he gets
beforehand.
out of the quantum realm, but there's a theory out there that it's all involved in taking that chance of going to the quantum realm and going back in time. Because it's like time loops beyond time loops.
Yeah.
Thanos can't even control down there with the Infinity Stones.
So, yeah. So I thought that was really cool. I thought, them bringing back, of course, I think you've seen in the other trailers, but, they've managed to make Hawkeye, he's got a little bit of a hillbilly mullet cut.
I heard he's like a big badass, like going fucking total rogue. Because I think his family got killed in Snap.
Exactly.
You
Yeah.
know?
Because that's why they showed the footage of him teaching his daughter how to use a bow.
Yeah.
And then there was this dude online who did, this guy, Boss Logic, who does like all kinds of cool variations and does illustration work of like some like fan theory stuff. Mm-hmm. And he did one of the actual scene. So it's a still of the scene where he's teaching his daughter how to shoot a bow. Mm-hmm. And then he does a version of that same scene, only it's like black and white. It's like grayed out and it looks like it's raining and it's just Hawkeye standing there. So it's like,
I'm interested to see the character development on that.
yeah. I think you're right. I think he's just straight up murdering people. And
Now
he's a
here's the
badass.
question. Like, let's just say it is a back in time loop thing that they're going for. Now these people go and they change it. It's probably going to happen because, superheroes win in the end. Mm-hmm. Will the people remember that did it? Like, will Thor, Iron Man, if they survive, will they remember that? Would it completely change for them or will they remember?
Oh, so that's like one of those time paradoxes.
Yeah, there you go. And I wonder, because nobody likes to mess with time travel because it can be kind of hokey.
Well, what happens is you get multiple Spocks.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're still
I
coming.
knew you were going to go there, man. I'm thinking this motherfucker's going to bring Spock
You
up.
had to bring it up because, on Discovery, there's another
I've been watching.
Have you?
I'm 3 episodes in.
Yeah. In Series 1?
In the
He
watched the first one.
most
Yeah.
recent season.
Yeah. Oh, Season 2.
Season 2.
Yeah.
Yeah. Are you watching season 2?
Oh, yeah. I'm caught up.
I haven't got to the part where they connected with Spock yet.
I don't want to ruin anything.
Okay.
It doesn't sound too good the way you look
It's
at it.
good.
No,
Dude,
it's
they're
good.
doing a good job this
They are.
season, right?
I like it.
Fuck, man. Don't tell me that. I'm going to have to go get it. Oh, I don't want to pay CBS any fucking money. I think it's a waste of time.
Well, you might have to make a decision, man.
No, I'm not going to make a decision. You know what? I know it because it's not going to work out for them. And in a year or two, they're going to sell they're going to be like Netflix.
Yeah.
Here's the properties. Air it. I know
Yeah.
it's going to happen.
Well,
I think it is kind of fucked up, to be honest with you, that they're doing that and making people pay for it to watch.
It's the only thing they got going for them in their whole
everything
network
else
show.
everything else on that CBS All Access is stuff they already play.
Yes.
Yeah, well, it's 2 models now. Someone's got to think of a new model. The models are subscription based or advert based. Advertising or subscription. Either you pay for your commercials or you don't. And if you're not paying for commercials, you're going to pay for. Well, there's 3 options. The third option would be just BitTorrent that shit.
Yeah.
What's that, John?
I have no idea. I've heard about this technology though. But it's good. I'm really impressed with what they're doing. It feels like they're spending all the money.
Yeah, I like it.
It's definitely good stuff.
Although I don't want to do too much, but the episode 2 last week's had a little bit teaser from the original Star Trek.
Oh, don't tell me that.
It was
Don't
weird.
fucking tell me
It was
that.
weird, but it was like, wow, that's pretty cool.
But the first season sucked, though, I heard.
First season was okay.
First season was okay. This season 2 is good.
Yeah. What do you think about Pike?
Pike's badass. He's no Captain Kirk.
Yeah, I hear that,
I feel like
too.
I'm
I don't know if
Getting
that's
some
me
feedback.
or who that is. He's badass. I like him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's
I like him.
badass.
He's badass. I like him.
Yeah, that's good.
He's not a Kirk though.
No,
Nobody's a Kirk. Kirk is the ultimate cowboy, space cowboy. No fucking way, dude. He fucks green women and any
Yeah,
kind
he
of
does.
thing, and then he'll go and blow up a ship, and he not give a shit. All on the same day, dude.
It's like Kobayashi Maru. It's like,
Although
I don't like to lose.
One of the things that screwed me up a little bit was how the Klingon War started. Like, you know, all the last,
in the first season.
Yeah, that I don't know. I mean,
See, that's where
Yeah, it was a little murky.
I'm more.
Yeah.
I love everything to tie together. And, you know, they always, in the Next Generation, even in the original series,
Well,
always
it
talked
always-
about the Klingon War. They never got into it too much, but they always hinted towards it, this, that, and we ended up in a war. Because one episode of Next Generation where Picard's talking to somebody saying it was First Contact, actually. We came upon a species and we tried to do First Contact and it didn't go well.
Oh, that was the Klingon War.
And that's what he said, the Klingon War. But then every other time they talk about the Klingon War, it's like
Yeah,
different.
it's different,
You know what I
yeah.
mean? That's why sometimes I don't like when they do these,
Like retcons.
yeah,
they do prequels of these things. Not if you're not going to tie it together nicely.
you got to tie it together.
And I don't think they do it. And that's why I'm worried about this Picard series.
Yeah.
I'm not, because I like Picard. We'll see
I
what
love
happens.
Picard, but they're going to do it like it happened, like he was never captain in the Enterprise.
You can't-
That's what I
you can't-
heard.
You can't spin it that way though. 'Cause-
Well, because it all changed because the 2-3 Spock thing.
yeah. See one of the directors of Discovery is
Jonathan
Jonathan
Frakes.
Frakes,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah.
Love him, man.
He's great.
You know what? If
And people adore him.
there was anybody that kind of had that Kirk bravado,
Yeah.
it was him.
Yeah. He had a
had that
saunter, too.
He had that song. He did, man.
It
It's
was
like
the beard too. I think the beard helped.
He
Yeah, I
didn't-
like when he got the beard.
yeah.
he didn't like to lose, man.
True.
Remember when he was? They did that war game episode.
Yeah.
Yeah, he had that kind of Kirk bravado.
And I did like
I loved it, man.
Yeah, I did like how he was seen as a little flawed because they were like, he was like, Picard, I think, said to him, you could have had or maybe it was somebody else, you could have had your own command
Years ago.
5 times over.
Yeah.
And
It was that blonde bitch.
yes.
Yeah, because when
Oh,
it was
yeah.
after he got Picard back from the Borg when he was Locutus.
Yes.
See, I know my little tidbits.
All right. You definitely deserve a seat at the table.
Oh, thanks, John. Where's my gold?
We're going to get gold grills at our 100th episode. All right. So yeah, there's a lot of good stuff there. Of course, that end scene where it's Thor and
and-
Captain Marvel.
I like it, but what is this pertaining to? They don't. It sounds like they're not all trusting her until Thor comes around, because Thor's more galactic than the rest of these fuckers.
True. And you're right. He knows more about all that shit.
Well,
I mean, he knows Groot. He knows how to speak Groot.
Yes, he does. I like Groot.
Yeah, right. I, Steve Rogers. It's fucking hilarious. This is my friend Rabbit and his friend Rocket Rabbit.
Rabbit and his friend Tree.
Tree, yes.
You gotta look. See, I was just watching.
I'm Groot. I'm Steve
I do
Rogers.
want to talk about one thing. We were talking about this the other day. Infinity War. Talking about rewatch factor. Man, damn it!
Such a good rewatch.
I never get bored of watching that fucking movie, dude.
The way they start with the distress call, it's echoey. It sounds like a communication, like they do something to the voice. We are an Asgardian. We have women and children on it. You're like, fuck, you just set a mood, man.
Yeah.
What is going on? And then you get there in the first scene, all your heroes decimated.
That whole scene was brilliant. Have you ever watched that? Obviously you probably have, but you really watch that scene where Thor's being drugged in by Thanos.
Yeah.
And then Loki comes out and there's like little nods to every little previous movie. Like Loki will be like, he walks up to Thanos and he's walking up. I'm like, I'm Loki. I'm God of Mischief, son of something.
Erda Jotunheim.
Aaron Jotunheim, son of Odin.
Yeah.
And he looks over at Thor. Like, that's a nod to, like, how they've grown. And it's
Yeah.
just a nod to everything else they've been fighting over for years. Because Loki's always said, I'm not the Odin's son when he found out.
Yeah.
But then he feels, like, God, it's like almost like Game of Thrones where, God, I start fucking liking Loki. Like, I'm like rooting for this fucking dude.
Yeah.
When in the first
meanwhile,
one,
he
you're
tried
like,
to take
you
over
hated
the-
him.
Yeah, he tried to take over
Loki's
the world.
a bitch.
Yeah. But
Well, yeah.
yeah, but that's the point. And then you have Heimdall. Like he uses the dark energy to
the Bifrost,
the Bifrost to set. You know what I mean? There's a lot to take in on that scene, and the Hulk
amazing.
getting beat. Why the Hulk got beat? It's like Thanos is just not a brutester. He's strong as the Hulk, but he's a tactician,
Yep.
and he knew to hit the Hulk in those weak spots where it would hurt him. Mm-hmm. Not like overwhelmingly overpower him, but just
by hurting him, he didn't enrage him.
yes,
He humbled him.
yes,
Right.
Which, if you enrage him, it makes him stronger.
Yes.
You humble him, you're going to fuck him up, and he's going to be like off his game.
exactly.
Right.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
better. It's a better way. That whole opening scene set the tone for the whole movie, and it was just. I could watch that opening scene, and you just see the different characters of Thanos.
The children of Thanos.
especially the one guy. That's
Ebony
like-
Maw is like does that shh
Yeah, he's a
thing, and you're
badass.
like, and he's talking about how he's a true believer. He's
Yeah.
like, you are lucky that you're going to die at the hands of Thanos.
Because you got to
In
think
death,
that
yeah.
Ebony Maw guy has some serious powers that Thanos
Yeah.
doesn't have, and you're like, this guy worships Thanos. Whatever Thanos got him to do to make him worship was fucking pretty amazing.
Yeah, all those characters were badasses in their own right, and so that made Thanos be like, all right, well, Thanos made them all his bitch.
Yeah.
And it's like, if he made all those powerful people his bitch, then he's a pretty bad
And here's
motherfucker.
something to think about. In the first Avengers, when Iron Man was talking to Loki, when he first told him their name, they said, we're the Avengers. It's a work in progress.
Mm-hmm.
But he goes, even if you do succeed, we're sure enough going to avenge it.
Yeah.
What's going to happen now? Endgame, they're going to avenge what
Yeah,
happened
absolutely.
after the snap.
Yep.
They're not going to give up just because you snapped your fingers.
And it's the only thing they know how to do.
Exactly.
Steve Rogers was like, I don't know what we're going to do if this doesn't work. You know what I mean? It's because this is the only thing that they know how to do.
Yeah,
as far
he's
as
like, I'm not going to give
do
up.
the right thing.
I'm telling everybody else to move on, but I can't move on.
Yeah. Ooh, I'm stoked.
Dude.
Yeah.
Done.
So the only other thing I wanted to mention, which I thought was kind of funny, was that even they have the suits to do. We're speculating that they're quantum realm time traveling suits.
I'm guessing that's what it looks like to me. The one thing you got to factor in is, Hank Pym might have invented the quantum realm, and he's probably one of the smartest in the MCU. But you have two other guys, three, because I don't know if the sister from Wakanda died. Did she die?
I don't know. It's a
I
good
don't
question.
remember.
So that'd be three other people that are super
Surrey,
that are really smart. You got Banner, you got Stark, and you got her. Pym might be the guy to go to on this, but I wouldn't pass those guys
Well,
up.
Pym's dust.
Pym, well, that's what I mean. He's not in this play right now.
Yeah.
But you have three other people that, if introduced to this Pym particle, could in the quantum realm possibility, that are pretty fucking smart in their own right.
Yeah.
And if anybody can figure it out, I put money on these three people collaborating.
Yeah, they're like they're brainiacs. Of the
Yeah, they're
Marvel
like the
universe.
Stephen Hawking's times 20.
But what I wanted to mention was they got those cool white suits that look like they're for the quantum realm, but they still managed to brand them.
The A's.
I thought that was kind of silly, but it makes me think, and this is why I think it's silly, unless it's Tony that comes back and devises this plan. Because if he's manufacturing that stuff, it's the same thing that we talked about when
But Steve Rogers was always the leader.
Yeah, but Tony would be the one that would put an A on the uniforms.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's got an A on a big building.
Well, I mean, for the
it
longest-
goes back to his style, his
Yeah.
egocentric mentality.
Yeah, and I
and
love
everything.
that about him.
Yeah, it's why he goes. Yeah, how about Fire Engine Red?
Yeah.
For the suit.
Oh, Loki's a total diva. He wants his name built.
Yeah, exactly.
He's like, oh shit, I know where he's at.
So again, there's not we're not coming off a big movie. We're not this Infinity War End Game or Avengers End Game trailer is probably the biggest thing that's hit. Besides Captain Marvel, and we did a review on Captain Marvel on last week's episode.
Real quick, just on the End Game. I want both your opinion on how it's going to be presented. Like the other movie was presented through a Thanos scope. obviously there's not half the many characters. So, but do you think it's going to be like a very dark tone, especially the first half of the movie?
Yeah. I think it's going to be real dark. I think it's going to be a lot of the beats that we saw in Infinity War, only obviously with a different outcome. But I think
it's going to be a darker beats though, because at least the other beats were like all these characters were just meeting each other and they kind of made little quick remarks. I don't think you're going to have as many quick remarks.
Well, I think
not in the first part anyway.
No, I think people are going to die. Like characters that you love are going to die.
Yeah.
But there's also going to be the rejoicing part of when these characters come back too.
Mm-hmm. And I do think you're going to have at least one, maybe two major characters die at the very end.
Yeah, it's got to be Tony or Cap.
Or both.
Oof. That'd be wild.
Because they really want to move on with...
They'll have to recast them.
What do you mean?
I mean, if the actors themselves, if Chris Evans and
you can't. I mean, you might be able
Robert
to.
Downey Jr.
No offense, to Chris Evans. You might be able to recast Captain America.
Well, they thought that about James T. Kirk too.
Well, what's his face didn't do a bad job.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Oh.
They thought it, and he contradicted that thought.
But Iron Man, I don't know if you can get another Tony Stark. He just, goddamn, that fucker guy plays a. I couldn't. I think he made Iron Man cool.
Fuck yeah, man.
Yeah. He really just, that swagger, man.
Yeah.
You know, Robert Downey Jr. just hit it on a nut. On a head.
When he started fighting with Thanos in the first movie, before we knew that there was going to be the snap, and we knew there was going to be another one, but we didn't know how it was going to end.
Yeah.
I think it happened, and it kind of like, we were like, oh shit, it really fucking happened.
Yeah.
Right? But like, I thought maybe Tony would have died in this one, and then it would have been a redemption story in the next one.
He would have died with the snap.
Well, I thought Thanos would have straight up killed him. And then it would have been Cap sort of taking out Thanos.
Right. I told you my theory on all the people that died.
Which part? Remind
Well,
me.
after he started collecting the stones, I think when they redo it, people like Loki and Hamdor and other people that died.
Or Heimdall.
Heimdall, whatever the fuck his name is. Asshole.
Hodor, Game of Thrones, Heimdall.
Yeah.
But
Hold
Heimdall.
the door. Yes. But anyway, I think right from when he got the first stone at the Power Stone, everything forward, that's when it snapped. Then they can reverse it all the way back to then.
Oh, yeah. Good point.
I think that's possible.
Yeah, what do you think about, there was rumors a while back that Pepper Potts is going to get an Iron Man suit.
No.
No.
Cheesy.
Nobody likes Gwyneth Paltrow.
I never liked her. she's probably supposed to be a fucking bitch in real life.
Really?
That's the
I heard
rumor.
she's just like, she grew up in wealth and she's just not really in touch.
That's what I mean. She's a bitch.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean she's a bitch. She's probably just out of touch.
I'm sorry. She's out of touch and she'll walk right past you and be rude to you just because she has money.
Well, maybe
that's
you got
a bitch.
point. Maybe she is a bitch. I don't know.
Yeah.
But she's still not returning my calls and she hasn't come over for Thanksgiving dinner. So maybe you're right, Nick.
You gotta stop stalking her, John. There's letters, with a different alphabet on it, dude. I don't know.
There's rules against that.
Gerry, tell me about these rules, these laws that you abide, that you enforce. All right, that kind of wraps up what we were talking about as far as the End Game trailer. I wanted to mention just one thing, and I know we're a little bit over. So we always, Gerry, you've been on the show, you've listened to the show.
He's our number one fan.
Well, him and Marcus. We're not shy about our opinions about award shows, specifically the Oscars. And we think mostly with the Oscars that there's a lot of trite up your own ass, really artsy fartsy bullshit that doesn't cater to what people, for the most part, enjoy. Like our Avengers and our superhero
It's always
flicks.
funny to us that the big money movies never really make it.
Yeah.
But these movies are making billions now of dollars. But then you have an artsy fartsy movie that makes $15 million.
Yes.
And you're like, but they'll win the fucking Oscar.
Yeah,
and you're
I'll
like,
watch them. Yep, I'm with you.
yeah.
Yeah. So I had the opportunity with Cindy to watch one of these movies.
Which one did you watch?
I watched the Favorite.
The Favorite. How was it?
It was everything that we said we didn't like about the Oscars.
Enlighten me. Enlighten our fans.
So Cindy and I, ever since Crazy Stupid Love, we've been a big fan of Emma Stone.
I love Emma Stone.
She's fantastic,
Yeah.
right? Charming, fantastic actress.
Pretty,
pretty, the whole 9 yards.
Blonde, brunette,
complete
redhead,
package.
whatever she wants to be.
Made a great Gwen Stacy in Spider-Man.
Yep.
And so she was in it, and it's a great cast. What's his name? Tom Holtz.
It takes place in the 1800s. Is that the one you're talking about?
Yeah, it's Victorian age.
1800s. 1800s Victorian age.
And to look at the production value, it's really impressive. Like you really do feel like you're back in that time.
Okay.
Right. So that's a plus. All right. The acting is phenomenal. But it does that thing to where it plays this music that makes you want to put ice picks in your ears, like haunting and weird, and like you're like, God, it's so distracting, this music. And then you're like, where are they going with this story? Because there's these performances and there's these little spikes of like humor and things that you didn't think people would be saying and doing for that time. Mm-hmm. You know, because every other depiction that you saw, people had, you know, they were very polished and proper. You know, because that's the way people presented themselves in public.
Well, I watched the show.
Remember
Victoria.
Amadeus?
Yes.
Remember when he's drunk and he's playing the piano?
Yeah.
And then he stops. He's playing a tiny piano, and then he stops for a second, and he puts his ass in the air and throws his tails.
Yeah.
And he farts. Right. And you're like, holy shit, this movie's amazing.
Yeah.
You know, because it gave you a gritty side of that society.
Yeah.
So they do a little bit of that, and you're like, okay, well, I think I'll be in this. And then the music comes, and you want to like again jump out a window, and then and then it ends in a way to where you're like, what the is that it? And I'm like, fuck you, movie. And like again, you turn around, and you're like, I can't get this time back. I would have watched Infinity War again.
I've been happier about it.
And been like, oh, this was time well spent. This goddamn movie.
But that's the
I
point.
rented it too, man, for $6.
And
I felt like an ass.
That's the point we always
you,
make.
movie.
These movies
And
aren't
your Oscar.
a lot of these movies aren't really watchable.
Ugh,
They're
it's
not.
terrible.
It's like, what was the movie La La Land? I couldn't even get through 5 fucking minutes. I know you guys watch the goddamn thing. But seriously, are you ever honestly going to tell me you're going to watch that ever again? No.
And
Fucking at least back in the day, they made a movie called Annie, which they've tried to remake 100 times. But the original, I've watched a couple of times. I'm like, I'll watch it.
Yeah.
I understand that point. These fucking new movies that they give fucking nods to, it's a waste of fucking bullshit.
dude, and we've said it before. You know, maybe we're unsophisticated, we're stupid, and we're Luddites.
No, we're realistic.
It's not. I think people are up their own asses when they go, man, that was really good. Fuck you. No.
It's like that person that goes to an art show and looks at a painting and like, oh, look at the color, look at the... And it looks like somebody just threw paint against the wall and you're like, are you fucking serious?
Yeah.
$12 million.
I can do that.
So that and the only thing else I got, gents, is I'm caught up on The Walking Dead.
Oh, so am I.
Yeah.
Except for last night. I didn't catch it.
I caught last night.
But I'm actually digging it. I didn't think I'd like it. I was
turned the corner.
like, hey, no, Rick, I can't do it.
Yeah.
I can't do it.
Yeah.
But Shannon's like, just watch it. So I was like 5 episodes back and I got caught up this week and I'm like, fuck, it's good.
So I can't believe they finally killed Daryl.
No, they didn't.
No, I'm just kidding.
And I already know they're not killing Daryl, asshole, because they offered him $20 million for next season.
He's not dying.
Yeah.
After that whole show shuts down, he's going to be like, I'm sticking around. I don't care.
Right. But you know what they're going to do, and I was telling Shannon this. Rick's going to do his own Walking Dead movies, but it's going to take place in a different place. But you know what they're going to do in a year or two? He's going to fucking come back.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's going to come back. That's why they left that door open. Are you
Ron
fucking...
Howard came back to Happy Days.
Yeah. And you know what, man? It's going to like, when The Walking Dead starts teetering down, they're going to go to Rick Grimes or Andrew Lincoln and said, we know you offered you $20 million a season. Well, we really need to give you 35.
Yeah.
And you know what? He's going to be like, well, my family can live in Atlanta for $35 million a year.
I moved to San Diego for a lot less than that, man.
That's really good, though. Are you a fan?
I haven't seen it.
Nah, it's not like Game of Thrones, where I think you definitely should watch. I think this is a really good show, and I think it's not for everybody, but once you get into it, if you kind of dig that genre a little bit, you'll enjoy it.
Oh, one more thing. You're right. It's worth a watch. It's a good show. Two things, actually.
I got something after this, but go ahead.
Apple's got their streaming service coming out, I think this week or next week, right?
I tell you, they should buy Netflix.
Well, they have 8 shows that are supposed to be Apple generated content.
Anything decent?
I went through it, but nothing that sort of jumped out at me.
Hey, if they're going to open up their streaming service, at least
they're trying to compete with Amazon.
No, they got some big players. Oh yeah, they're trying to get in the game.
Yeah,
for sure.
Well, that's why there was an article I read a couple weeks ago saying Apple is going to get into streaming service, but instead of doing, because Apple's $1 trillion company, Netflix is only like $300 million company.
Mm-hmm.
They not easily, but it would be difficult, but they could buy it out.
Yeah,
they could. They have the leverage, the capital. And I mean, it would make perfect sense, but I guess they don't want to. They want to start fresh. And the problem with that is you have to hit the ground running hot. And that's what Disney at least is doing with Mandalorian. They're having a Loki show. The Mandalorian's a Star Wars thing.
I don't know. So you're right. Here's the thing. That's a crazy statistic is that Netflix has about 140 million subscribers, quickly approaching 150.
Okay.
Each subscription, $12.
Mm-hmm.
Do the math.
Mm-hmm.
A month.
A
Yeah.
month.
Yeah. So $12 a year.
Yeah. It's like $1 billion a month.
Yeah.
It's $1.6 billion a month. Wait, hold on. I actually did the math. And then it's roughly $1.6 billion a month.
But that's what I'm saying is a month. And that's why I thought if I was, CEO of Apple, which I'm nowhere near educated enough to be.
But you're smart enough.
Yeah. Well, at least I think so.
Hey. Yo, Apple's putting out some junk, man. I got a laptop at work and the black is coming off the keys.
Are you serious?
Like they're cutting corners on their products.
Steve Jobs roll over in his grave.
Yeah, it's terrible.
Man.
I got a laptop a year before that, and I use it the same. I use my older laptop more than my work laptop, and the MacBook Pro that I have at work, the paint's coming off the keys. Like Jesus Christ,
They're getting really choppy.
So how's the quality of that entertainment going to be?
Yeah,
right.
And that's the other thing is, if you're going to do it right. Like have like at least Amazon has a good couple. They have Amazon Prime, so it all works together. But they also acquired the rights for doing the Hobbit, Lord of the Rings or Origin Story.
Huge.
It's going to be it's huge, and it's like all under wraps, and they have like 1 more year to release it.
I told John last night I'm watching Widow, another Amazon series.
Is it good?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. What's that about? Obviously, a widow.
Well, she's a widow, and she thinks her husband's dead, but he's not. She goes all over Africa.
How's he get that done?
Dude, you got to see it.
Who is it? Is that
No, I'm just curious because I went
don't
out.
think it'll work.
Who plays in that?
What was her name again?
I didn't watch it.
We got her name last night. What the hell's her name?
Oh, from
The Widow. Some hot redhead. I forget her name. I don't know if I can get it. If I get it.
But that's to your point. Amazon's bringing out content.
It's good stuff. Like I like it. I
watched Jack Ryan. I love that on
Jack
Amazon
Ryan was
Prime.
good.
Yeah, but you went and saw something else on Netflix along the Jack Ryan.
I have two things.
Kate Beckinsale.
Really?
Yeah, she's not a redhead.
Well, she is in the movie.
She's hot. Yeah, she's Kate Beckinsale. Dude, come on. It's Kate Beckinsale.
And she's dating Pete Davidson.
Yeah, he's supposedly he's hanging. He has to be flapping in the wind. He's an ugly bug.
He's funny and then hung like a horse.
Yeah, he's an ugly bug. Amazon's awesome. I mean, I think going in the future, I think Netflix is good, but I think going in the future, it's going to be Amazon and Disney going neck and neck. I think 3-4 years down the road. Because, I mean, Disney has all the content and Amazon has a lot of money. So, I mean, I'll bank on both of those two over. Now, you're saying Netflix has a lot of money coming in. Yes, but if they don't start because they lost all the Marvel, that's going to hurt.
So, to that point, so shit's leaving Netflix on the regular. Like, in March, you got Bruce Almighty, Ghostbusters, Ghostbusters 2, Breakfast Club, Pirates of the Caribbean at World's End, Click, Baby Mama,
Well, that's what I'm talking
Beauty and the
about.
Beast. They're all going bye-bye.
Well, yeah, that's what I mean. Disney and all these other companies are going to be like, fuck you, Netflix. I'm going to start my own streaming service. I'm not giving you my content.
Yo, and I think it's Disney and Comcast largely. Because Comcast owns Universal.
Yep.
And I think they're putting the pinch on Netflix.
What's going to save Netflix is they got to have their own, keep going their original series.
I agree, man.
And the original movies. Like, I
Yeah,
just watched,
that's
what was that
that's
movie?
what's gonna-
The Triple
I agree.
Frontier? I just, don't watch it.
Yeah.
The Ben Affleck, what's the guy from Hell's Angel? Not Hell's Angels.
Well, it's Ben Affleck. It's got Poe, right? Poe Dameron in it. The Oscar.
yeah, Poe
Isaac.
Dameron. And it also has the guy that Jamie looks like. What the fuck is his name?
Oh, Charlie Hunnam.
Yeah.
Oh, from
He's
Sons of
dreamy.
Anarchy?
It's dreamy. Huh?
He's no Zac
Sons of
Efron,
Anarchy?
but he's
Yeah, he's in it. He's
Yeah.
in it. And also the guy from Game of Thrones that got his head squashed.
Oh yeah,
He's a good actor.
The Scorpion.
They have great. They have a great fucking cast.
or the Viper.
And it just goes on and on. It just,
Not
it just, it was a waste of time. But I did see a movie this week that was a fucking good comedy called Instant Family with Mark Wahlberg.
Really?
That was fucking good.
No kidding.
Good, like entertaining. Not like, oh my God, it's one of the best comedies ever. But
Yeah.
I rented it last night. Me, Shannon, and Aiden. We enjoyed it.
Did you ever see him and the other guys?
I did. This was better than that.
Really?
Really?
It was just,
Because I think that's his best comedy.
I think the woman in this plays well with him. I forget her name.
Yeah, Rose Byrne, I think.
Yeah, she plays well, and then the kids they adopt, especially the teenage girl, really works well. You know what I mean? It's not like, oh my God, hysterical funny,
Yeah.
but it's just like it works.
Yeah, I can't stand Mark Wahlberg as a comedic actor because
He's not a good actor either way. I was looking about this the other day. I'm like, him in The Departed was probably his best fucking role.
Yeah,
but
because-
how much of a personality change was that?
you got to play a guy from Boston,
Yes. Oh my God. How are you ever going to do
a
that?
cop from Boston.
Yeah. Fuck, man.
So yeah, they are. I'm glad that's definitely. I'll definitely check it out.
Check it out, man. I know you guys are gonna rent it, but I think it's worth it, man. You might even get the boys to. I got Aiden to watch. Aiden liked it.
I'll check it out for sure.
Yeah.
because especially it'd be fun to watch with Cindy.
Yeah,
So
she'll enjoy it.
Last thing for me, Kurt Russell's birthday was yesterday.
Oh,
How old is he?
68.
Damn.
We celebrated his birthday last year, and because we did the movie review.
That's right.
And we did we watched and reviewed Tango and Cash, and because we were just saying like Kurt Russell.
Yeah, and also
is
Jamie never saw Tango.
That's right.
Yeah, which I thought was ironic because Jamie he's bred in the 80s, man. This just oozes 80s.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, my go-to for Kurt Russell was always used cars. And
Oh, wait, Chinatown.
Big Trouble in Little China.
Yeah, it's a great fucking movie.
Yeah.
Jamie
They're
would be-
remaking that, but not remaking. They're adding on to it with The Rock.
Yeah, PU.
But then we said the same thing about Jumanji.
That's true.
Fuck, goddamn, that Jumanji movie's good.
And you know what? They said Kurt Russell's going to be in that remake. With,
He has to be.
he does a cameo or something.
He has to.
Passes the torch.
He has to.
Yeah, but we were just talking last time we talked a year ago, I guess around this time. What a friggin' treasure he is, man!
Yeah.
I just like to see that cat on screen.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
good, man. And anything he's ever done, I liked him in Overboard. Sky High. Fuck, I like Sky High.
Captain Ron.
Captain Ron, that's great. I forgot about Captain Ron. He's made some good movies, man.
He's actually going to be in the new Quentin Tarantino movie, I believe, the Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Everybody's in that fucking movie. Al Pacino.
Yes.
Is Robert De Niro in that movie too?
I don't know if Robert De Niro's in it. I know Al Pacino's in it. There's a handful. Really good.
Who else is that? Leonardo DiCaprio. Is that
Yep. Margot Robbie's in
Margot
it.
Robbie.
Brad Pitt's in it. The dude from Billions is in it. Damian Lewis.
Billions
Luke Perry's in it.
Billions just came back
R.I.P.
last week, by the way. I don't know. Do you watch Billions?
I haven't. I watched the first season. I haven't revisited it.
It's a good show. You should check that out.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
It's good. It's a
There's
great
too much
show.
TV to watch, man.
No, a lot of TV.
I
to
just
watch.
like a guy that is a billionaire and makes a comment like, "What's the point of having fuck you money if I can't say fuck you?"
That's brilliant.
It's awesome.
And he hops into his
and
helicopter.
he said that to what do you call those?
The IRS.
No, he said it to somebody even worse than the IRS. Those people that go after like the second court or New York or whatever. There's district attorneys.
Oh, yeah.
Told a district attorney pretty much to go fuck off.
That's brilliant.
Yeah, it's awesome. And the district attorney was Paul Giamatti, which is even better.
I can watch Paul Giamatti read the phone book.
Dude, he played. I don't know if you guys ever see. You might have seen this. You ever see when he played our second president of the United States, John Adams?
I was going to say Samuel Adams. I've been drinking too much beer.
That's a great fucking movie. That's
That
a great
is great.
fucking show.
It's
That is
fantastic.
a fantastic show.
Yeah, and they show, like, they go
Series.
years with him.
Yeah, they go all the way from right after. I think it's when Washington becomes president. He's the vice president. No,
Yeah.
it might even be before that. I think it's before that. Revolutionary War.
I'd have to watch it again.
Yeah.
I remember it was good, though.
It was good.
Yeah, the guy who played Washington was good, too. Okay, so thank you, everybody. Hey, Gerry.
yes,
5-time Gerry.
5 times.
We're going to get you your golden cape
Yep.
with a big NJJ
I
logo
like it.
on the
I
back.
Like it. I like it.
Thanks, buddy, for coming on the
No
show.
problem.
Thanks,
for
Gerry.
having me.
And thank you, everyone, for joining us for this week's episode of the Nick, John, and Jamie Show. Please be sure to subscribe to our show on iTunes and Google Play. We're also on Stitcher and Spotify and YouTube. I'm not going to say we're going to be on video because I'm just going to surprise everybody. We are going to be on video. I'm just going to say it. I'm a contradiction in terms. And if you're digging the show, leave us a 5-star review. You can also follow us on all the social mediums, at least all the ones that matter, Twitter and Facebook and Instagram at NJJ Show. So thanks once again, everybody, and have let's say an amazing week this week.
That's a good word.
That's a good word.